Have you ever paused to reflect that old age is not merely a time to passively watch life go by, but rather one of the most precious periods to slow down, look deeper into life, and truly embrace the values of happiness? In fact, if you are in your 70s or 80s and still able to do certain things, you are not just a rare gem, but an inspiring beacon of hope for those around you. Old age isn't a dead end. It's a new beginning, one where you can continue to write your life story with enduring health, sharp intellect, and a vibrant spirit. In a world where independence and self-sufficiency can sometimes be challenged by age, maintaining good health, positive mindset, and financial autonomy isn't just an achievement. It's a testament to your inner strength. Imagine waking up every day with a heart full of passion, feeling free not just in body, but also in mind. These years should not be a burden but an opportunity to share love, joy, and wisdom with your family and friends. Let's explore the 8 key things that, if you can still do them in your 70s or 80s, truly make you a rare treasure. Not only because they help you live healthily and happily, but because they prove that you are living a meaningful and respected life. Ready to discover the secrets to keeping your body and soul shining bright in your golden years? Let's begin the journey. 1. Your body remains strong, and you can take care of your daily needs. Imagine waking up each day, still able to take care of yourself, managing the simplest tasks without relying on anyone else. As you age, this sense of independence is priceless, and it allows you to enjoy your golden years without burdening your family. But how do you maintain your strength as the years go by? The key isn't in complex diets or expensive retreats, but rather in embracing simple, accessible habits that can transform your health. Take the story of Sarah, a vibrant 75-year-old from Portland, Oregon. Sarah lives alone but leads a fulfilling life. She wakes up early, makes herself a healthy breakfast, and spends her mornings gardening. Her physical strength may not be what it once was, but she remains remarkably independent, cooking her own meals, managing her household, and even volunteering at her local community center. Sarah's secret? A combination of daily exercise, good nutrition, and a positive mindset. Maintaining good health as we age isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about living well. Health is the greatest blessing that comes with age. After all, imagine being able to prepare your own meal or take care of your basic needs, rather than relying on someone else to do it for you at a cost of thousands of dollars a month. Good health allows you to stay active and productive, contributing to the lives of those you love, rather than becoming a burden. Having good health means you can do the things you love, whether that's cooking, shopping, or supporting your children and grandchildren in meaningful ways. It gives you purpose, and that sense of purpose is what keeps you going. The simple act of moving your body, whether through walking, stretching, or yoga, has profound effects on your overall well-being. It helps reduce stress, combat anxiety, and increase energy levels. While you may notice changes in your body as you age, staying active is essential. It doesn't require grueling workouts. It's about consistency. Even a short walk every day can make a big difference. The key is in maintaining a positive attitude toward life, which has been shown to improve both mental and physical health. Think about it. How do you see the world? Do you approach it with joy and optimism, or do you let anger and frustration take over? Studies show that holding on to negative emotions, like anger, can actually harm your body over time. Positive mindset, on the other hand, can help lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and promote better sleep. Take, for instance, Jack, an 80-year-old who's been living with Parkinson's disease for the past decade. Despite his challenges, Jack remains upbeat and focused on what he can do, rather than what he can't. His attitude is inspiring to his family and friends, who admire his resilience. Jack spends his days painting, attending church, and playing chess with his grandkids. His secret isn't just in his health practices. It's in his determination to live fully and happily, regardless of his physical limitations. Maintaining your health as you age is a lifelong journey. It's not about achieving perfection, it's about progress. Taking care of yourself, mentally and physically, ensures that you can continue to live independently, enjoy your hobbies, and share your wisdom with the younger generation. The foundation for a happy, independent life in your senior years doesn't lie in material wealth or luxury. It's in the small, everyday choices you make: eating balanced meals, staying active, and nurturing a positive outlook. When you focus on these habits, you can continue to enjoy the activities you love, like gardening, dancing, or simply sitting down to a cup of tea with a good book. Moreover, maintaining good health gives you the freedom to keep doing the things you enjoy, whether it's traveling with friends, helping your children with their projects, or simply taking part in community events. Staying healthy allows you to contribute meaningfully to your family and society. This independence is not only empowering for you, but also strengthens the bond between you and your loved ones. Children and grandchildren are not only grateful for your presence, but they also deeply appreciate the energy, optimism, and support you bring into their lives. In this way, your well-being becomes a gift, not just for you, but for everyone around you. As you continue to embrace an active, balanced lifestyle, remember, a cheerful heart and a healthy body go hand in hand. If you can approach life with joy, stay physically active, and nourish your body, you'll find that the aging process doesn't have to be a burden. It can be a time of enrichment, growth, and shared happiness. Start today by taking small steps toward improving your health. Remember, every little change counts. A healthy, happy life is within reach. And with the right habits, your golden years can truly shine. 2. Your mind remains sharp, and you can see through the tricks of others. Have you ever wondered why some older adults seem to fall for scams, especially those involving financial products or health supplements? The truth is simple, yet crucial. Maintaining vigilance as you age is more important than ever. Take the story of Betty Johnson, a 72-year-old widow from Chicago, who received a phone call one afternoon from someone claiming to be from a reputable company offering a free health checkup for seniors. It seemed harmless enough, and Betty, having recently felt some aches and pains, thought it might be beneficial. What followed was a classic case of exploitation. During the consultation, Betty was pressured into buying an expensive, unnecessary supplement plan that promised to cure her joint pain. She later realized that the company didn't even provide the services it had advertised, leaving her with a stack of useless pills and a depleted bank account. Why did this happen? The answer lies in the tactics these companies use. They know how to exploit trust. Offering free services, like health checks or seminars, is a way to reel in the vulnerable. And for seniors, it's not just about being sold a product. It's about being made to feel cared for and listened to. These emotional hooks make it harder to see the scam until it's too late. The best defense against these traps is awareness. Take the case of George Miller, a retired teacher from Texas. George has always been cautious with his finances, but when an unsolicited letter arrived with promises of a miracle cure for high blood pressure, he almost considered it. The letter came with a shiny brochure, testimonials, and an invitation to an exclusive health seminar. George's gut told him something wasn't right, and instead of attending the seminar, he did some research. He found multiple reports of similar schemes targeting seniors, all offering overpriced and ineffective supplements. So how can you protect yourself? Here's some practical advice. Always question free offers. If someone is offering something for free, ask yourself why. Legitimate businesses don't give away valuable services without a reason. A free health checkup? Chances are, you're going to be sold something you don't need. Do your homework. If you get a call or an invitation that seems too good to be true, take a step back. Research the company or product online. Are there any reviews? Is there a pattern of complaints? Avoid unsolicited consultations, whether it's a free health check or a special deal. Be cautious of unsolicited offers. Many of these events are cleverly disguised sales tactics. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, probably is. It's never wrong to say no to a product or service that makes you uncomfortable, even if the salesperson is very convincing. By staying vigilant and informed, you can avoid the traps set by those who prey on the elderly. Equip yourself with knowledge and share it with your friends and family. Together, you can build a community that's not only healthier, but also more aware of the pitfalls that come with aging. Remember, pretending to be unaware can sometimes be a good tactic. Play dumb if you must, but never truly let yourself be confused. Keep your mind sharp, stay informed, and protect yourself, your finances, and your peace of mind from those who seek to exploit your trust. Your golden years should be about enjoying life, not cleaning up the mess left by unscrupulous people. 3. Your finances stay secure, and you don't have to rely on your children. Have you ever paused to reflect on the true value of financial independence, especially as we age? Imagine a life where you no longer worry about being a financial burden to your children, where your dignity is preserved, and you enjoy the freedom of managing your own finances. This lesson about financial autonomy in later years highlights its profound impact on both personal well-being and family relationships. It's one thing to have money but choose not to spend it, but it's quite another to live without it. While many older adults might turn to their children for help, relying on them year after year can strain relationships, especially if those children are already facing their own financial challenges, like student loans, mortgages, or unemployment. However, when seniors have a stable pension or savings to rely on, they can avoid being a burden on their children. Even better is owning your own home, which allows you to live independently without the looming pressure of imposing on others. The prospect of living for many more decades should remind us not to take financial management lightly. It's important to care for ourselves and only occasionally ask for assistance from our children, so that finances don't become a source of conflict, nor should they create undue strain on the next generation. Financial independence in later life is not merely about having enough money to survive day to day. It's about maintaining your dignity, ensuring that your family relationships remain healthy, and not becoming a source of stress for those you love. When elderly parents are financially self-sufficient, they reduce the pressure on their children, who may already be struggling with their own financial obstacles, like saving for college or buying a house. This autonomy enables parents to live without feeling like a burden. It also supports the maintenance of strong family bonds. Moreover, owning your own home provides an additional layer of freedom, allowing parents to live comfortably without needing to rely on the goodwill of their children. This sense of independence can enhance overall happiness and security, empowering older adults to thrive without constantly seeking help from loved ones. Take, for example, the story of Carol Peterson, a 68-year-old retiree from Portland. Carol spent years carefully budgeting and saving, putting aside a portion of her income from her career as a nurse. She was cautious with her finances and chose to downsize to a smaller home once her children had moved out. Now, with a modest pension and substantial savings, Carol enjoys the peace of mind that comes with not having to ask her two grown children for financial support. In fact, she's often able to help them out instead, offering to pay for family vacations or assisting with grandchild-related expenses when needed. In contrast, consider the story of Alan and Susan Marsh, a couple in their early 70s from Chicago. They were not as financially prepared for retirement. Over the years, they relied heavily on their children for financial support, especially when unexpected medical bills piled up. Susan would frequently call her daughter, Emma, asking for help with grocery bills or home repairs. Emma, who was already juggling her own responsibilities, began to feel the pressure. Tension started building. As Alan and Susan struggled with their finances, Emma's stress grew, and the once close relationship between her and her parents became strained. What could have made the difference? Financial planning and independence. Alan and Susan's situation could have been vastly improved if they had taken steps earlier in life to save and budget for their retirement. Had they prioritized creating a cushion for themselves, they would have avoided putting this burden on their children, and the family dynamics would have remained healthier and more harmonious. Financial wisdom in later years isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about fostering a more supportive, peaceful family environment. When we take responsibility for our financial well-being, we also help preserve the dignity and peace of mind of those around us. We prevent our children from becoming emotionally and financially drained, and we create a legacy of wisdom for the generations that follow. In light of this, The importance of financial independence in old age cannot be overstated. It's not just about money, it's about respect. It's about having the freedom to live life on your own terms, knowing that you can handle the challenges of aging without relying on others. As we look to the future, let this serve as a reminder. Taking control of your finances today can lead to a tomorrow filled with independence, peace, and stronger relationships with your loved ones. By nurturing this independence, we ensure not only our own happiness but also contribute to building a more harmonious, joyful family environment for years to come. 4. You can still communicate without major conflicts with your children. Have you ever wondered why some older adults maintain strong, loving relationships with their children and grandchildren, while others struggle with conflicts and emotional distance? What if there was a way to bridge the generational gap and foster deeper, more meaningful connections with your loved ones? The following story offers a powerful perspective on how older individuals can transform their relationships through adaptability and empathy, offering emotional support instead of dwelling on the past. This might just be the key to building trust, freedom, and a harmonious family dynamic. Many older adults face challenges in their relationships with younger family members, especially when they tend to bring up outdated ideas or repetitive stories. This can make them feel distant and disconnected, unintentionally creating a barrier between generations. Age often brings with it a fear of change and a certain stubbornness in communication. However, those who excel in communication, often those in their later years, are typically the ones who have learned to adapt and embrace empathy. Take, for instance, the case of Betty and Steve Harper, a couple in their late 70s living in Michigan. Betty has always had a natural tendency to talk about the good old days, how life was simpler when she was a child and how people respected one another more. While her children once found these stories charming, over time, they began to feel like old, irrelevant lectures. The gap grew wider. But then, Betty realized that instead of holding on to the past, she needed to shift her approach. She stopped repeating old stories and began to ask her children and grandchildren about their lives, about their hopes, struggles, and dreams. Betty was no longer just recounting her own memories. She was genuinely listening to theirs. Slowly but surely, the relationship with her children, particularly with her daughter Lisa, improved. Lisa found herself seeking her mother's advice, not just on old stories, but on modern challenges as well. This change wasn't just about avoiding the mistakes of talking about the past too much. It was about actively engaging with the present. Betty learned that the real key to strong family bonds is emotional support. Instead of criticizing or complaining about the new generation, she focused on offering encouragement and a steady presence. When her daughter faced challenges in her marriage, Betty didn't offer outdated advice about how things were better in her day. Instead, she listened carefully, validating Lisa's feelings, and offered encouragement in her daughter's own way of handling things. Similarly, Steve, Betty's husband, demonstrated this skill in a different way. Instead of complaining about technology and how things have changed, he embraced the new world. Steve, a former engineer, took the time to learn how to text, use video calls, and engage with his grandchildren online. It wasn't just about keeping up with technology for the sake of it, but rather showing his grandchildren that their world was important, and he was willing to connect with them in their language. These efforts made a significant impact on their family dynamic. By providing emotional support, Betty and Steve created a sense of stability and understanding, allowing for open and honest communication. They didn't see themselves as distant figures from another time. They made themselves present, supportive, and flexible, recognizing that the world had evolved and that the next generation had its own unique challenges. In short, the story illustrates the vital role emotional intelligence and adaptability play in maintaining healthy relationships between older adults and their families. It serves as a reminder that, even though aging can bring about fears and stubbornness, it is possible to overcome these challenges by focusing on the present and providing sincere support. By avoiding complaints and not clinging to outdated topics, older individuals can create a respectful, understanding environment where family members feel valued. This support can take many forms, from simply listening during tough times to offering encouragement and positive reinforcement. When older adults show that they value their children's and grandchildren's experiences and perspectives, it builds a foundation of trust and respect. This not only helps them maintain their independence, but also fosters a more meaningful and fulfilling life for everyone in the family. Ultimately, the story teaches us that the value we bring to relationships isn't in holding on to the past, but in our presence and the support we offer. By embracing these principles, older adults can enrich their family relationships, ensuring they are appreciated and respected not only for their age, but also for the stability and love they bring to their loved ones. 5. Your life partner is still by your side, and they are the one you've been with from the start. Have you ever pondered the true value of long-lasting relationships compared to those formed later in life? Imagine a woman in her 70s named Evelyn, who remains full of vitality despite her age. She drives her electric car to pick up her grandchildren from school, shops for groceries, cooks, does the laundry, and looks after her life partner. Despite her busy schedule, there's a deep sense of pride in her voice when she talks about it. Why does she feel this way? And what does it reveal about the bonds we build over the years? Evelyn shares, "I'm in my 70s now, still driving my electric car to take the grandkids to school, shopping, cooking, cleaning, and making dinner for my husband. He enjoys life, and I work hard. Is it tiring? Is it worth it?" Clearly, there's a sense of pride in her voice. Having a life partner means having support. Even if your partner can't help as much as they once did, their presence is still invaluable. Compared to new couples, those who come together later in life often lack that deep emotional connection, something that may never be fully compensated for. Many later life couples are together simply out of convenience. As the saying goes, couples are like birds in the forest. When trouble comes, each flies in a different direction. Even long-standing couples can be swayed by practical reasons, let alone those who are together for purely practical motives. Later life couples have experienced the harsh realities of love, and what they need most is stability. Take, for example, a neighbor of mine named Thomas, who is in a similar situation. After losing his wife, he raised their daughter alone. Family and friends encouraged him to remarry, and through a mutual acquaintance, he met his current wife. She had a son of her own, and within a month, they were living together. From an outsider's perspective, their relationship seemed like one based on convenience rather than emotional connection. Thomas didn't seem as content as he did with his first wife. Life works that way sometimes. Later life couples come together out of practicality, but rekindling the spark of love is no easy feat. Evelyn's story highlights the deep value of long-term relationships. Even in her 70s, she takes pride in her role as the caregiver for her husband, showing the profound emotional bonds and mutual support that a long-term relationship provides. These relationships, built over years of shared experiences, offer a sense of stability and a unique connection that is often absent in later life marriages. On the other hand, relationships formed later in life, while providing companionship and convenience, often lack the emotional depth of long-term unions. They tend to focus more on practical support, rather than the intense emotional bond that comes with years of shared history. Thomas, my neighbor who remarried after losing his wife, is a clear example of this. Despite having a partner by his side, the emotional satisfaction he once experienced was no longer the same. The story emphasizes that, while having a life partner brings undeniable value, the richness of a relationship nurtured over many years is not easily replaceable. It reminds us of the unique emotional connections and happiness that come with them. As we navigate our relationships, this story encourages us to cherish and nurture long-term partnerships, understanding that their true value becomes clearer with time. 6. You continue to learn and adapt well to the outside world. Imagine navigating life in the modern world with ease, even as you grow older. What if the key to maintaining independence lies in something as simple as keeping your curiosity alive and continuously learning? This isn't just a theory. It's a reality that many older individuals can achieve by adapting to new skills and technologies. Let's take the story of Frank, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. Despite his age, Frank remains sharp and engaged with the world around him. He spends his days taking online courses, exploring new apps on his smartphone, and even helps his friends and family troubleshoot their tech problems. For Frank, staying updated isn't just a choice, it's a way of life. When asked why he spends so much time learning, Frank smiles and says, "I want to keep my mind fresh, stay independent, and keep up with the world around me. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses, it's about keeping up with myself." Frank's story shows us that curiosity and the drive to learn can extend far beyond our younger years. Many seniors like Frank are not left behind by the digital age, but are actively engaging with it. For example, Frank recently discovered how to use a grocery delivery app on his phone. "It's a lifesaver," he says. "It's just as easy as calling my daughter for help, but now I can do it on my own." This example isn't just about adapting to new technologies. It's also about the empowerment that comes from maintaining independence. Older adults often face challenges when they find themselves disconnected from the tools and methods the younger generation takes for granted. For instance, it's common for seniors to feel lost when trying to read street signs, pay bills online, or search for information on their smartphones. Yet, something as simple as learning to use a mobile payment system or how to browse the internet can restore a sense of autonomy and confidence. You don't have to dive into complex subjects like quantum physics or learn a new language to feel empowered. Simple, practical skills like reading online reviews, managing finances via apps, or booking appointments online can make a significant difference in a senior's life. Take Linda, a 68-year-old retiree from Florida, who, first, was hesitant to use her smartphone for anything more than texting. Now, she regularly shops online, pays her utilities with a few taps, and even attends virtual cooking classes via Zoom. Linda says, "I used to be intimidated by technology, but once I started exploring it bit by bit, I realized how much easier life could be." Linda's shift toward embracing technology is not just about convenience, but about enabling her to feel more connected to her community, to the world, and to herself. Learning new skills gives her the ability to take charge of her daily life, rather than relying on others. It's about enhancing independence and reducing feelings of isolation. At its core, this story underscores an essential truth. Learning doesn't have an expiration date. The process of acquiring new skills, whether through reading, online tutorials, or apps, can profoundly impact older adults' lives. Technology, once viewed with hesitation, can become an ally in helping them stay connected, informed, and empowered. By encouraging seniors like Frank and Linda to use technology not just for idle chats but to navigate life's complexities, we can help them experience greater confidence and autonomy. These efforts not only encourage independence, but also ensure that they remain active participants in a rapidly changing world. So, let's help the older generation in our lives keep learning, adapting, and thriving, making their journeys easier, more fulfilling, and more enjoyable. 7. You have hobbies, and life never gets boring. Have you ever wondered why some older individuals seem to thrive with vitality and joy, while others appear to fade away? The secret to maintaining energy and zest for life isn't hidden in genetics or medical care. It's found in something much simpler and far more enjoyable. Imagine unlocking the secret to longevity and fully enjoying every stage of life, simply by engaging in activities you love. Sounds appealing, right? Let's dive into how hobbies can be the key to a happy, healthy, and fulfilling old age. At 70, intense exercise routines might not be suitable for everyone. In fact, activities like dancing in the park might not be ideal for some people. Many older adults find it difficult to sit for long periods, making things like playing mahjong impractical. That's why having hobbies that enrich daily life is essential. But here's the good news. No one has to force themselves into an activity they don't enjoy. Take James, a 72-year-old retiree from California. He doesn't exactly enjoy running marathons or doing yoga in the park, but he finds immense joy in his weekly gardening sessions. Whether it's tending to his tomatoes or experimenting with new flowers, James says that his garden is where he feels most alive. I've always loved working with my hands, and now that I have the time, it's become my escape, he says, smiling proudly at his flourishing vegetable garden. It's not just a hobby, it's my therapy. James' passion for gardening reflects an essential truth. As we age, it's not about forcing ourselves to like new activities or chase after fitness trends. Instead, it's about embracing the activities that bring us joy, whether that's painting, playing chess, fishing, or simply reading a book. As long as the activity brings happiness and engages the mind, it becomes a tool for sustaining well-being. Unfortunately, many people feel lost or disconnected after retiring. They may lose interest in the world around them or feel their sense of purpose diminishing. For some, retirement can feel like an endless cycle of rest and complacency. But the truth is, there's no age limit to the joy of play. The more you let go of old, rigid expectations, the more you open yourself to new possibilities. So, if you didn't have the courage to try something new when you were younger, now's the time to dive in. Take Susan, a 68-year-old former lawyer from New York. After retiring, Susan felt the weight of her career and its demands lift off her shoulders. But instead of spending her days on autopilot, she started exploring new hobbies. She picked up knitting, learned to bake sourdough bread, and even joined a local book club. At first, I thought I'd get bored, Susan admits. But each new hobby brought a fresh sense of excitement and challenge. It's clear that play and leisure are not only about entertainment, they are also about rediscovering a sense of self-worth and joy. Research consistently shows that seniors who actively engage in fun and stimulating activities tend to live longer, happier lives. Physical decline, the challenges of self-care, and changing social dynamics can often make life feel overwhelming. Without the mental comfort of hobbies, seniors may struggle with loneliness, depression, and a loss of confidence. Yet, the simple act of enjoying a favorite pastime can be an antidote to these feelings. Engaging in hobbies can also have profound physical benefits. Studies suggest that activities like reading, painting, or even playing video games can help preserve cognitive function and slow memory decline. Group activities like board games or community gatherings foster connection and camaraderie, which in turn help alleviate loneliness, a significant contributor to health issues in older adults. But don't just take it from the research. Many older individuals who live to an advanced age are active enthusiasts of some form of play. Take, for example, Dr. Allen, a 90-year-old retired scientist who became fascinated with puzzles in his later years. He solves complex crossword puzzles every morning, sharpening his mind and filling his days with purpose. The challenge keeps me going, he says, and I've found that staying mentally engaged is key to staying physically healthy. Or consider 80-year-old Marie, a former business executive from Chicago, who has turned her love for photography into a new career. After retiring, she invested in a professional camera and now spends her time capturing portraits of people in her community, even holding small exhibitions to showcase her work. It's not about the money, she laughs. It's about staying connected and creating something meaningful. These stories illustrate a crucial point. Play is more than just a form of entertainment. It's a means of staying mentally sharp, socially connected, and emotionally fulfilled. As the old saying goes, people without hobbies can't be friends with those who have them. The elderly who actively pursue hobbies, whether it's a sport, a craft, or an intellectual challenge, are the ones who often lead the most rewarding lives. Ultimately, having hobbies in later life isn't just about filling the time. It's about making every moment count. While physical and mental decline is inevitable to some extent, the joy and confidence derived from doing things you love can counteract these effects. Whether it's chess, painting, singing, fishing, or even modern activities like blogging or playing video games, hobbies keep the mind flexible and the spirit young. The stories of individuals like Dr. Allen and Marie prove that staying active and playful can truly enhance longevity. Age should never be a reason to become more serious or reserved. In fact, it's an invitation to remain open to new experiences and adventures. By cultivating a playful mindset and embracing new hobbies, older adults can rediscover their zest for life, turning each day into an exploration and a celebration. So, let's encourage the seniors in our lives to continue playing, discovering, and living their best lives, proving once again that age is just a number, and joy is timeless. 8. Your soul is still expansive, and you don't compare yourself to others. Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to live well in the later years of life? In a world where old age is often associated with rigidity and a narrow perspective, there is a powerful story that challenges these assumptions. This story emphasizes the importance of maintaining an open heart and mind, accepting imperfections, and living each day with serenity. It offers a rare and invaluable viewpoint on aging, inspiring anyone young or old to reflect on how they approach life and their relationships. It's often said that old age brings with it a tendency for pettiness, narrow-mindedness, and a stiff mindset, but in reality, it can also lead to irritability, stubbornness, and an irrational sense of entitlement. However, if an elderly person can retain an open mind and a broad perspective, it is truly something to be admired. Take Alice Thompson, for example, a woman who turned 72 last year. Instead of retreating into isolation or succumbing to the stereotypical views of what aging should look like, Alice decided to dive headfirst into learning new skills and pursuing her passions. Alice always dreamed of painting but never had the time for it while raising her family. At 72, she picked up a paintbrush and began exploring colors and techniques. Though she felt uncertain at first, she quickly found joy in the creative process. She didn't compare herself to professional artists, but relished in the experience of creating art just for herself. By the time Alice reached 75, she had hosted her first art exhibition at a local community center. Her story proves that embracing a new challenge can be a fulfilling way to age gracefully. It wasn't about proving herself to others, but about celebrating her own growth and the beauty of pursuing something she loved. Meanwhile, Bill, a close friend of Alice's, also embraced his later years with an open mind. Bill, 78, had always loved music but never had the time to learn an instrument. Now in his late 70s, he decided to take up the guitar. First, he struggled with the tuning and getting his fingers to move in the right way. But instead of becoming frustrated, he laughed. Bill's sense of humor and openness to the process allowed him to grow, and soon he was playing songs for his grandchildren, who loved hearing him play. Bill's experience is a great reminder that age should never be a barrier to discovering new passions and sharing them with others. In today's society, 70 isn't necessarily too old, but it's not a time to be neglected either. Alice and Bill both demonstrate that we can continue managing the remaining years with care, spreading positive energy to our families, showing kindness to everyone, and fostering a growing sense of happiness. The elderly remain human, and as humans, they deserve to live well. What is the profound message behind this story? This narrative underscores how vital it is to preserve an open heart and mind as we grow older. It teaches us that while aging can bring about more rigid attitudes or discomfort, these biases can be transcended by maintaining an open outlook and embracing the imperfections of others. Alice and Bill's stories prove that by living each day with serenity and purpose, we can continue to evolve, embrace new experiences, and nurture meaningful relationships. By avoiding envy over the successes of others and not undervaluing our own achievements, we can cultivate a deep sense of contentment and peace. Living each day with serenity, viewing the present as the best day, will lead to profound happiness. Even at 70, we can continue managing our lives with purpose and positivity. By continuing to offer love and kindness to our families and those around us, we can strengthen relationships and enhance our mental well-being. In the end, it's clear that aging does not have to be about closing doors. Instead, it can be a time to open new ones. Alice and Bill's stories prove that the later years of life can be filled with creativity, learning, and growth, reminding us that the journey never ends, no matter how many years we've lived. The secret to living a fulfilling life in your later years: embracing small choices for lasting happiness. As we grow older, the pursuit of fulfillment shifts. The things we once thought mattered, the hustle for success, the pursuit of wealth, or the drive for recognition, often fade into the background, replaced by deeper, more meaningful aspirations. The key to a truly satisfying life in our later years doesn't lie in grand gestures or extravagant lifestyles, but in the careful cultivation of simple, everyday choices. These choices, rooted in maintaining health, financial independence, emotional intelligence, and an active lifestyle, are the pillars upon which a joyful and independent old age rests. First and foremost, the foundation of good health cannot be overstated. We often focus so much on the physical body, but true health encompasses both mind and body. Exercise and a positive outlook allow us to maintain not just our physical strength, but also our mental well-being. A healthy body enables us to enjoy the daily experiences of life and, perhaps more importantly, prevents us from becoming a burden on those we love. It is in this balance of physical vitality and mental peace that true freedom lies. By prioritizing our health, we free ourselves to continue engaging with the world around us and fully experience the beauty of our later years. Equally crucial is the concept of financial independence. In a world that can be unpredictable, having a reliable source of savings or pension can offer more than just peace of mind. It can preserve our dignity. Financial independence allows us to continue living life on our own terms without depending on others, minimizing the potential for familial strain or misunderstandings. It is a gift that frees us from worry, enabling us to direct our energy toward what really matters, our relationships, passions, and personal growth. Another often overlooked key is the continuous pursuit of learning and adaptability. In today's fast-paced world, staying mentally sharp is just as important as physical health. Embracing new technologies, learning new skills, or even revisiting old hobbies keeps our minds engaged and our spirits youthful. Far from being a hindrance, aging becomes a platform for innovation and exploration. Staying curious, keeping our minds open to change, and evolving with the times means we are never too old to grow. The world doesn't stop changing, and neither should we. The more we invest in our personal growth, the more connected we remain to the world and the people around us. Emotional intelligence is another crucial aspect of a fulfilling life. Our relationships with our children, grandchildren, and loved ones are often at the heart of our lives, especially as we age. However, maintaining these bonds requires understanding, patience, and the ability to provide emotional support instead of adding unnecessary burdens. By embracing empathy, offering strength rather than complaints, and making an effort to create a nurturing environment, we not only improve our own lives but also the lives of those we love. Pursuing hobbies and maintaining social connections further enrich our days. Whether it's gardening, painting, or simply enjoying conversations with friends, these activities provide a sense of purpose and joy. They keep our minds alert, our hearts warm, and our spirits buoyed. Furthermore, they serve as antidotes to loneliness, a significant challenge for many as they grow older. The simple act of reaching out, staying active, and nurturing our interests helps us feel more connected to ourselves and others. Finally, adopting a mindset of openness and positivity is perhaps the most transformative choice we can make. In the face of life's inevitable challenges, accepting others' imperfections, letting go of unnecessary comparisons, and embracing each day as it comes, transforms our entire outlook. When we focus on the beauty of the present moment, we create a deeper sense of peace and contentment within ourselves. It's not about waiting for external circumstances to change. It's about shifting our internal landscape to one of acceptance and gratitude. In summary, the secret to a happy and fulfilling life in our later years lies not in the dramatic or the grand, but in the quiet, thoughtful decisions we make every day. By prioritizing health, ensuring financial stability, staying intellectually and socially engaged, and maintaining a positive outlook, we can transform our later years into a time of true golden living. It's the small, intentional steps that add up to a life well lived, one that honors the past while embracing the present and future with open arms. As we come to the end of today's video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What steps are you taking to ensure that your later years are full of joy, purpose, and peace? Share your insights in the comments below. I truly value the conversations we have here on the channel. If you found this video helpful and would like to explore more ways to live a meaningful, fulfilling life, Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss out on the latest content we share. Let's continue this journey of growth and wisdom together. Thank you for being a part of our community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care and keep cultivating the mind.